Hello, everybody. Have you been enjoying Rogue Week? You haven't? What? Why not? Well, we're going to change that with this Rogueclass. I'm trying something new. I had
to play Skids. That's why I'm not enjoying it.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, you actually haven't played Skids yet. You're playing Skids tomorrow.
I haven't yet. Oh, my God.
You've built the deck, but you haven't played them yet. In our...
This week changes almost nothing for me, so it's just like business as usual.
In our theme weeks, we always like to do this wish list for the class going into the future. So we just have a bunch of points that we're going to talk about here. So let's dive in and talk about our first one, which is a level 1 ally that gives +1 foot or is good for evading. Bryn, this was yours.
Yeah, like a level 0 ally.
Oh, sorry, I said level 1.
Yeah, like I think I also misspoke.
Okay.
Because like cat bug exists.
Yeah. But level 0.
Like
level 0. Okay.
Yeah, like something that you can play from the beginning of the game without, like, I don't know, slipping on some ice and hurting yourself or whatever. I don't know.
Like Beat Cop or Dr. Milan or Jeremiah
like Dr.
Kirby.
Milan. Maybe he gives you like 16 months.
Or Peter Sylvester.
A guy.
Peter Sylvester, yeah. No, and then or like what's her face, the other 4-cost yellow ally that like looks at cards being arrow location.
White and green.
Green. Yeah. No, I was trying to bring to. I was trying.
Yeah.
Yellow's got like 3 or 4 of them.
It is strange because like.
Yeah, it's just like a little odd that doesn't exist. Like Survivor gets them.
Yeah, because they have Pete, right?
Got 1.
Yeah, they have Pete.
That was like a different design time though.
Yeah, it is strange though because like, we're gonna talk about this on the history video, but like evading sucked for a very, very long time.
Yeah, it's just losing
for a very long time.
Yeah, and like, you think that like they would maybe like support the foot stuff, but I mean, I guess like the idea is that rogues get so much value out of foot that they view it as a premium, but I actually think that like it shouldn't be.
I guess back then, like in the core set, what were you using? Like, they didn't have a lot of cards that cared about your foot back then.
No, I mean, like, we also got, like, Leo DeLuca as our, like, piece of that cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like, and extra actions is more in line with what, like, Skids was trying to do.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was, like, part of the early green design, but that is not this video.
Yeah, because they had, they had, like Cat Bug. Cat Bug just gave foot. He was in the core set, but then there was also, like, Survival Instinct. Right, so like Cat Bug was more on like the elusive kind of game space, right, where it was like moving away from enemies as opposed to evading enemies. It was just like your foot was better, but you weren't really using it for
Survivor
anything.
was actually more of the evasion class early.
Yeah.
And then Rogue was like the other class that got actions instead of a stat.
Yes. Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense with like Pete Sylvester now and like Wendy having 4 foot and Duke having 4 foot.
And then you can kind of like
together.
You actually can see that like a lot of the design has like they're like it's just the nature of like a game lasting this long, but you can see like the cross pools like where they exist, and now like Survivor and Rogue are there now, and I think Rogue should get that level 0 ally that gives +1 foot or some sort of
like,
evade synergy.
Yeah, like maybe they do something when you evade a guy, like you can exhaust your ally to like freeze a non-elite or something like that. Although that's not a level 0 ability.
Yeah.
If it doesn't give you a stat boost, like it could be.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, if it's like a 3 or 4 cost, and then it only soaks for like 1, 2, or 2 and 1. That could be 0 cost, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or like just Dr. Milan's when you evade an enemy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like,
that would be pretty legit.
Yeah, that's like.
Yeah.
That's like a guy.
It's too strong. You don't understand.
Whoa.
Sorry.
I don't think that like evading would need to exhaust for that, because like what are you gonna do? Evade like 3 guys with your turn? Sweet, you're done.
I assure you, it will need to exhaust.
We don't make the rules. We just
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I was actually because I was building a rogue deck recently, and it was the same thing of like I would love to evade. I would like to like get a foot boost at my starting deck without having to slip on ice and play Cat Bug, because I think Cat Bug is a good option for that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just like Cat Bug also probably could be like, it's like riding the line between this is worth XP and this is not worth
yes.
XP.
And and that's like one of those things too where like I'm not going to buy Cat Bug at level for my level 0 deck now. I'll maybe buy something else.
Easy mark.
And then you finish the scenario, you get a bunch of XP, and you're like, I'll just buy Lolo or Delilah, depending on what I'm doing, because they're just like that. So like some alternatives there would also be much appreciated.
Yeah, it's just like a little weird that you can get like +1 punch in your level 0 deck out of your ally slot, but you can't get +1 foot.
You know, it's sort of like a thematic design choice where as a rogue, you're just basically like a crappy criminal. And you can't make good friends or good alliances till you like have some clout to your name. So you just get garbage ass allies at level 0.
Yeah, you got to like earn the street cred.
You get to level 1, you can start like people like random cat burglars and treasure hunters will start working with you, but like you don't get any name people till you're like 3+ experience.
Except for Dario, that motherfucker will work with everybody.
Oh, that's because
he's on the same level as you. Yeah, he's down there with you. He's
also trying to scam you.
Yeah.
No, you give me $10 first, and then I'll help you.
Yeah. All right. Next one we got here is multiple action synergy payoff. This sounds like something that you'd have like at an MLM. We have multiple action synergy payoff if you just bring in 3 people into the biz.
It's not about money. It's about generating value.
If you have 3 people and convince them you should spend an action doing something that you want to do, then you'll have a free turn.
Yeah. Travis, this one was yours.
So this I would like to see some like more investment to the multiple actions in a turn archetype in general, and more of a payoff that makes it sort of worth banking actions or cards that give you actions on one turn. Like doing a lot of things in one turn with Ace in the Hole, obviously good, because those are just like free actions. But there are a couple cards like Borrowed Time, I'm pretty sure it's called, and Double Down or something. It's like a neutral event from Hemlock.
Bide Your Time.
Bide Your Time. Yeah. That like effectively let you transfer actions to a future turn and.
Well, not a future turn. Next turn.
The next turn, yes.
Yeah, you can't just sit on them forever. That would be so much.
You kind of can with Borrowed Time, can't you?
With Borrowed Time you can keep putting them on. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to see something that like really you can do with that. Sure, you can make a bunch of money with Payday, or you can pump all your actions into Chicago Typewriter, but there's not too much outside of that, I don't think.
Yeah, because I actually think like the Chicago Typewriter style of spending other actions, and I think we're starting to get like the pieces of that in like the double events, like because those are like less of a cost when you can like bank your actions for the future, right? And even though the card's shit kukri, right? Like that kind of thing is spending actions to do things better could be fun to expand into other stuff, right? Where it's like, I mean, it's kind of like the bank job, right? If the card was just like spend an action, gain 3 resources, spend 2 actions, gain 6 resources instead, right? Like that's the kind of stuff that similar space, but could be interesting to explore like that.
Or like an upgrade lockpick, like I had mentioned, we were talking about this before, like level 3 or something like that, and after you've succeeded the test, you can exhaust it and spend an action to get an extra clue. Something like that.
Yeah.
Just a way to actually make use of that.
Definitely. All right, next up we got more exceptional events. I love these. These are just like, it's like all just like taglines.
Yeah.
Multiple action synergy payoff, more exceptional events.
The words are also exciting.
They are. I'm hyped as hell. So I'll take this one, even though this one wasn't mine. I'll start with this one. So I really like.
You're really leaning into the MLM thing.
Yes. The exceptional assets are all very powerful, but exceptional assets, you kind of just like. They're designed because they're staying forever and they're like gonna be good forever, right? But I think there's a lot of potential power that you can do in making exceptional events. Even like it's, I don't think they'd fit in the same way, but like exceptional skills as well, because skills are kind of events. Because like, what are the exceptional ones we have? We have Ace in the Hole. Ace in the Hole. Yeah.
Yeah, Ace in the Hole is so far, I believe, the only one.
Yeah, and it's a very powerful effect. Yeah, and
it's
I think
also really cool and fun.
It's a good thing that you can't paint a world where you're taking like not 12 turns. This turn.
Yeah.
Because
that would be kind of sick, though. That would be kind of sick. But like that power level, I think could be really cool to explore, and then also give like a big boost to the feel of the rogue to go even further, right?
Get an exceptional like effective level 8 dynamite.
Yeah.
Like, what does this do? It kills your teammates, all of them.
Even like just like a mass, like, I mean, I think it's too survivor, but like evasion on like a mass scale that you have to like do something. You get like, kind of like the one that you have to like, you can investigate connecting locations in order, but like do that for evading. You got to do all that stuff too. I think like, just like, it's like you have like the value. It's like a fast card, you get 3 actions. That's kind of like what an exceptional thing is. So like go from there and expand from there, and I think that could be cool to explore.
I think there could be like a space for them to have like lower level exceptional events as well that have very powerful but relatively niche uses. Like an event that's like double your money and then lose it all at the end of the turn.
Yep.
For just like cost 0 or whatever. It could be like a level 1 or 2 exceptional card.
Yep.
Limit the amount of times you can do that per scenario.
Yeah, they could even call it double then nothing.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stuff like that would be neat.
I think also
Get forbidden.
No, they wouldn't do that to you again.
well, they might find a
No,
way.
they
might.
just slap RPG on that thing. I feel like it's good.
Yeah. I think too as well. Like I think exceptional would also just be cool to explore. Like a lot of exceptional cards are like level 3 because they're already powerful cards. They should cost 6 or they're like 8 or 10. But I like the idea of exceptional also being a further balancing tool where it's like in color, like your splash colors, but you have to use exceptional as a way to gate the experience a bit more.
like,
So,
Skeleton Key.
yeah, like
like
Skeleton
the
Key.
key.
Yeah.
Love Skeleton Key. Great card.
All right. Next up, support for the disposable ally archetype.
Yeah, deposable allies are different. They're
Very
like
much.
members of government.
Yes, those are. Yeah, we do not want. We do not want. Oh, that's only for Charlie Kane.
That's
Yeah.
different. That's different.
This was yours, Travis.
Yeah. Right, I forgot.
So
this
this one's about like having the skull.
Yes, the decorated skull.
That type of archetype where we're like, hey, so this treasure hunter costs 1 and he's not here for a long time. He's just here for like a kind of okay time, and then he's gonna die, and I'm gonna drink his essence out of the skull.
Yeah.
He's gonna get stabbed
He's gonna get
by
stabbed.
teammate or
He's gonna
whatever.
get- he's here to like make me a little better and then die.
Yeah.
But like more of that in largely green, because like we get to see some sort of that in yellow, where we get allies who do things when they come into play, but they kind of don't actually do anything at all after that. They just exist and take a little bit of damage and then die.
Yeah.
So seeing something like exploring that kind of space in green, where we can be like, hey, so what's this guy do? He shows up, he does a thing like Priest of Two Faiths, and then
Dies.
he feeds the skull.
He feeds the skull.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, there was I'll go a bit more detail, but there was like there was a custom set I was telling these guys earlier that had this mechanic that was like mobsters. And there was one that I remember now. It was like you got one of each of them, and like it was like Big John and like Little Tim, right? And when either one of them died, you could put the other one in from your hand from play. And they were like not like super strong, but they just give you like a little like passive effect that was like minor. But I like that kind of thing, right? Where it's like they die and then like you get the other one for free. So it still fits that rogue thing where like you're saving the actions, like the resources are reduced. So I think that was like a cool thing that could be explored.
Also, not exactly disposable allies, but we're talking about rogue allies. It'd be nice to see them. I like the allies that have a cost associated with them, like the treasure hunter and the
to pay at the end
hired gun and the priest of Two Faces. I think there'd be a neat space to explore with more of those. They can enable it with like a permanent that gives you 2 or 3 resources each turn that can only be spent on like abilities on allies you control or something like that.
Yes, you can amass an army of them and then like use that to pay them off.
Yeah. Like a Miskatonic funding, and maybe it gives you an extra ally slot. It costs you know, like 4 experience exceptional or something like that.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Even kind of that. What I like about Priest of Two Faiths is it also explores the cost of it at the end of turn in different ways. It'd be cool to see that also like done in different ways as well.
Basically, I would like to create a criminal empire and not have to feel bad about them dying.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good power fantasy for the rogues.
Yes.
Yeah.
Since that's what this game is now.
I mean, like always has been.
No, before you could make a book test and you were cooked.
Yeah, and then you were like, oh no, I
Yeah.
didn't get the right cards out of the deck anyway.
Yeah.
we still have the fantasy of getting like Tom Mountain Murphy and then just like running over guys with a flamethrower.
Where is Tom Mountain Murphy? They gotta make him an ally.
Yeah. He's not the one who gives you plus foot. He doesn't do that.
No. His name is the Mountain. I hope he doesn't. Yeah.
No, it gives you punch, and then after you kill an ally or an enemy, you can exhaust him for an extra action. Just make 20 better.
Yeah, just make 20 even. I mean, everything does. It's like when we were like, hey, is this going to be really cool? And Michael McGlynn's going to, like, or like what Luger's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
and
it's like.
Also put bounty on the enemy in play.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got make a seeker card forbidden. Bryn?
Oh, I just want to, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be forbidden, but I think...
just some sort of taboo change.
Yeah, like, it would be really cool if, like, one time we could get, I don't know, yellow cards to eat taboos instead of green cards for being too good if you can find them or whatever.
It's happened a couple times. Eon Shard and Janae both got tabooed.
And?
They're secret cards that got tabooed because of a rogue card.
Yeah, they are the rogue card that it was because of, though.
I am aware.
So, there is that. Anyway, yeah, I would just like to see, I don't know, maybe yellow be the one that has to change.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a card in mind?
You know what? We're going to open to a random page.
Yeah, pick one. Honestly, magnifying glass, that card's too good.
All right.
Let's make it worse.
No, not Eureka!
That's going to be a tough one to get forbidden without.
Oh, no. Yeah, that would be crazy if you could get Eureka forbidden, like
specifically that card?
Yeah. Oh, no, not Eureka. I love that card. Well, I have to abide. I have to abide because...
Card is overplayed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we made this card forbidden because it's good in Trish. She can use it for foot or book, and we thought that was too much.
Too good.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, we had on the seeker wish list, which is make a rogue, like taboo a rogue card. So we had to have this one here for this.
Yeah.
It rhymes, right? Yeah. Next up, more cheating that looks like sure gamble.
Yeah, just like actually events that like change the way the rules work for you in a set instance. I think like Sure Gamble and Hit Me are both very fun ways for Rogue to be like, what if Lucky was a Rogue card?
Yep. Yeah.
That kind of a thing. It doesn't have to be that way, but
it's fun.
Yeah. They don't have to be like just Lucky reskinned every time.
What if it was like an exceptional event and then you like play it fast and each token you revealed this turn you flip the modifier on it? Wow. It could be like a 4 experience exceptional event. That'd be sick.
Yeah, they could call it like Will to Survive.
Yeah.
No, it's different because you juice all your succeed by cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I also like the cards that have like the people playing poker in the art. I think that those are always hits. I can't think of a single card that has that style of art that's like bad.
Yeah, yeah.
So
that's true.
I like more of those too.
So like this is a cool like cross between the Mystics and the Rogue, and I think it's actually like some of the Mystic stuff could transfer to the Rogue ways in like ways that feel flavorful to Rogue. Like just a card that's like stop hitting yourself, and like just an enemy attacks you, you deal its damage to it, right? Like that's basically just like counterpunch or like deny existence kind of stuff.
I mean, I'm not like a huge fan of the design of hey Russell, how's it going? Of Doppelganger, but I love the flavor of it. Where you're like, oh, that's not even me. Yeah, it's like a different guy.
Yeah, and like just like the token manipulation.
He's dead,
but... the token manipulation is really cool. Just like basically like like the. Yeah, I mean like. No, I'm not even gonna say it would fuck up things so much, but I would just love if there was just like you could just have like a card that was just like anytime like once a game you could like if something says cannot you can. It's just like just do it once. It would be so bad and unhealthy, but like that's kind of like to me like
what an investigator ability, and that's once per game like Father Mateo.
Yeah, you could
cannot, you can.
Yeah. Wow, like that would just be like that's to me like what the Rogue cheating is, just like they play by their own rules.
Yeah.
And then we just give them unplayable deck building stats.
Yes. Yeah.
The 5 experience, because that'll fix it.
It always does. That's the stamp 5. There's no way that can cause problems, right?
No.
Ever.
All
Why
right.
are you looking at it like that?
Next up, add a brain plus foot into the Delilah and Lola cycle. So, Delilah O'Rourke, she gets fist and foot, and you can use her resources to deal damage to enemies by paying the cost equal to their evade. Lola is book and foot, and you can spend money to buy clues. And we were like a brain and foot one to complete the cycle. And then the one that we thought would be a good thing for it is that you could pay money to like discard a treachery in play. So if someone would do like a test on a treachery, you can pay the cost equal to the test value and then like
automatically
discard.
Succeeded or something.
I think that would be like a really cool like one to fit that up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a nice fix for it.
Because I mean, like realistically, like what that does, like, and because you bring up a good point, the brain helps in the mythos phase, right? So like we don't want to cancel stuff then, but like having just you can pay 3 to just delete
Like a
Frozen in Fear, I think is pretty
but they
fair
also
for
have
that
to, like,
thing.
play the turn with it.
Yes, exactly
And,
right.
like,
Like you have to like
You have to get to the test.
yeah, which I think is
first,
like a really cool way of still kind of also fitting with that counter espionage kind of thing that Rogue has.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be very fair for like 3 experience.
Yep. Yeah, I know. Just
Especially
be
how expensive it would get if you're doing it multiple times.
yes, yeah.
That's okay. You just keep dumping curse tokens into the bag, and you're like, I know you guys can't pass tests, but we're not gonna die. Probably.
It doesn't matter because you're paying for them to pass.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that would be a great one for like Safina, right? Like that'd be a great for her. I think also just to be nice to
It'd be
complete the
so
cycle
good
too.
For Sophia, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
An ally she wants to play.
Yeah. Just breaks it wide
She's
open.
got David Renfield. She likes him.
Everybody likes David
And Chuck
Redfield
Fergus.
until he starts talking about his political views.
Yeah. And it's eating bugs.
Yeah, and it's real weird.
Yeah, it's just like
He's like,
yeah.
actually, I've decided that instead of eating bugs, I feed the bugs to another slightly larger bug, and then I eat that bug for efficiency.
Wow, that is
And
actually
you're
really
Yeah. Okay.
My body doesn't have to spend as much energy digesting the first bug.
And then in like you see him in 3 weeks, and he's like, now I have 3 steps of bugs eating each other, and I eat the third final bug.
That sounds an awful lot like something Dr. Milan would come up with.
Yes, they chatted about it together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like got this whole multi-level marketing thing, except nobody wants to work with him
Yeah.
because
Because it's all about eating bugs.
it's like a whole thing.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Lucky Cigarette Case Taboo for level 3, please.
Yeah, it should probably have a cap of like 3 or 5 cards or something.
I think 3 is probably pretty good.
It's pretty
Maybe.
insane.
Yeah.
3 is pretty fair, I think.
Yeah.
Because right now, being able to look at like your entire deck if you feel like it, that's pretty good.
Yes.
Turns out,
Like,
you know.
After you succeed a test, search your deck for a card and put it into your hand. Yeah.
Yeah, like demonic tutor is
Yeah.
a hell of a drug.
yeah. I often say that like you'll win the game if on turn 1 you play the Red Clock or Lucky Cigarette Case 3, and one of those costs 7 more experience than the other.
Yeah, but
And
it's
that's
also
probably-
like 7
You also
times
only
as
get
much
one
fun
card,
to
one
play
copy
with.
of it.
Yeah, so it is a lot more fun. I mean, well, you know me, like that's why I'm also saying please on this one, and I agreed with this one immediately because I can't escape it. I like it too much. I like looking at 11 cards and choosing the best one, and then looking at my weaknesses and never drawing them until the end when I can like have my plan fully set for them, or like using them in Trish to like get rid of my weakness while I just investigate. Like that seems.
Or you just like win the game and your deck is 5 cards, 3 of which are your weaknesses. And
Yeah.
you're like, yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. Like a cap is good. I would accept a cap of 5 just to like live that fantasy, right?
Yeah, right. Like it doesn't really. The actual number is like arbitrary, I guess. But
like,
you
a
shouldn't
cap.
be able to look at your entire deck. You should be able to look at like a couple of cards, and pick the good.
Yes. Yeah.
And that should be the upgrade from like drawing a card.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild in comparison to its like mirror, the rabbit's foot, which is gated by the test difficulty.
Yeah.
And the cigarette case, you're just like, yeah, do whatever.
Yeah. Just go nuts. Yeah. Just do it. All
It's
right.
pretty egregious.
Next one we got here, more parlay support that lives in Rogue only.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it was me too. Yeah, I'm like vaguely salty about the amount of parlay cards that are in the Hemlock Vale, just so that Alessandro is playable. I understand why, like they needed to dedicate rogue cards to the Curse and Bless archetype for them, which is fair. But I would like to see more parlay cards printed. I think that's a good rogue only mechanic, or mostly rogue only mechanic. being able to talk your way out of trouble or like under pressure is a very thematically rogue thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of the effects that you get off them are like rogue related.
Yeah.
So
I think a big thing too is just that I think it would also like, I agree, like I'd love more parlay events rogue, but I think also if they were like, if we had parlay from the beginning, it would like impact less because like what happened with Alessandra, right? Or if she was like 2 boxes from now, but we got like started to get parlay cards at the same time. So it's like, oh, there's parlay cards, and then Alessandra came out. What do you want? But also like I feel like they just need to like I wish that they weren't balanced around fine clothes, but I understand they kind of have to be.
I actually wouldn't mind if they just forbid fine clothes and then moved on with their lives.
Yeah.
Everyone's lives.
Because I like the finely dressed one, the skill that you can use to make them better. But like the fine clothes unfortunately has kind of like just
It
altered the
affects
design
the archetype.
of all those.
Yeah.
Hi buddy. Do you want food or something? Yeah, you do. Alright, are we almost done? Ah! No, we have a few more cards that are like, I'll take that.
Yeah, selfish cards.
Yes.
Shellfish cards?
Yeah, shellfish.
So I'll take that. If you don't know, it's like when you evade a humanoid enemy or succeed in investigate, you get to play a card from your hand, reducing its cost by the amount you succeed by.
Yeah, steal for yourself.
Yeah, which is really cool. And I like that. Like I think that cards that like,
We could steal for your teammates. You could be like Robin Hood, but we
No,
don't do that as
no,
rogue.
I'll take that.
No, I'm saying that's why you're selfish. You're stealing for yourself.
Yeah, I'll take that. Doesn't steal from your teammates at all.
I know.
but like
Steal
something
from the
that
monsters
does.
for you.
Give me your doom. I want that.
Yeah. Sorry, just.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm spending time with Russ. Like I think it's, even though like it's not as good, I think it's better for like economy stuff that's kind of like Uncage the Soul, or even I'll take that, where like you have to combo things, or like the Uncage the Man, right? Whatever that card's called, motivational speech. That stuff's better, I think, for things because you can like push it harder for what you're doing. And it kind of like makes more like combo-based economy, which I think is more interesting than just like economy good, right?
I think that is very healthy for like the class identity as well. In general, is having rogue cards be cards that need to interact with other cards to be good, instead of just you show like Guardian is very monolithic in it, which cards are good. You show up with Runic Axe and you're like, this is my thing.
Yeah.
It does everything for me.
Yeah.
Whereas Rogue, you show up and you need, this card kind of sucks, but if I get 2 other cards, it'll be really good and efficient.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. All right, and then we have one more, which I think we can all agree with. More gambling cards because it is fun. I love gambling cards. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
21 Bust is like a not great card, but man, every time someone plays it, like everybody is like, oh,
Yeah, everyone's
let's
excited.
go.
And like it still
And it's just emergency cash, and you're like,
Yeah.
But it was still incredibly exciting, like 20 or 30 seconds of people pulling up the tokens.
And I mean, what I do like about the gambling cards is they're able to push them to be really good, right? Like, because they are high and low, it's risk reward, right?
That is fun variance.
Yes, yeah. And
You
like,
have agency over it.
and like Henry Wan, even though he was bad for a very long time and also probably still isn't great right now, right?
No, that's totally fair.
He is still actually, I enjoy watching people play him because he is fun. And I also enjoy watching people cheat because you can cheat at gambling in real life. I think you should be able to also, in some ways, cheat in a game too.
You can if your people are playing with don't notice.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, well, not that kind of cheating.
Next time we go to the edge of the earth, I'm gonna bring a rogue curse deck. I'm gonna bring my scrimshot charm, my Henry Wan. I got so much money.
I was just gonna say, like, he's probably real good with Scrimshot Charm.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
the bag's full of stuff. None of these stuffs are ones that make him discard.
I can use my money and it makes me more money.
All we got, Russ, can you not just like go
Or, like,
nuts
it
on
could make
Bryn's
you
camera?
cards.
More cards. Yeah.
And I mean,
So that you can play the cards with your more money.
I'm 100% down, Travis. I just need to know in advance and not in the challenge run so I can get some curse mitigation. And I'm so on for that.
No, it's gonna be a challenge. Right? I'm the only one. Also, I'm not gonna buy.
Travis just immediately, like, you get the roundabout, you're like, I would like Hemlock Vale, Innsmouth. To the Rogueclass, that's all you say. Hemlock Vale, Innsmouth, go on. Yeah.
Goes back around, I get the circle, and then yes. It's over.
But yeah, no.
It's over.
Gambling's really sick. And even like cards like Hit Me show that you can gamble for more than just like money, right? You can gamble for a lot of things, right? Like I would even love stuff that's kind of like on like the Jeremiah Kirby level, right? Where it's like you have to like reveal cards. You get to like say a number. If that number's not there, you have to just you have to discard cards or something like that.
That'd be so good.
Yeah, I think like something that like in that aspect where like you can move that gambling to things to more than just money. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, it could be for cards or for like you could flip card. I mean, it would be you need a cap on it, but you could have an event that's like you flip cards until their total cost equals 5 or something like that to a maximum of like 5 cards because like we're not stupid. But yeah, like as a card draw option.
That would be saying like if you bust like a 21 or bust, but for
it's
cards
you just discard them all.
Yeah,
straight
draw
to
each
trash.
weakness, of course.
Always,
Yeah. You got to draw the weaknesses. That would be fun. Like even like Daredevil is like gambling too, right? Like that kind of
Again,
thing.
even stupid things where like you just like flip until you hit an asset.
Yep.
Flip until you hit like.
Russ, can you not be on the power box? He is all right. All right, we're gonna end the video here before Russ does anything he shouldn't. I covered up the soundboard. Now he's found 2 other places to go. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoy this. Rogue Week is still going on, and that was that is our wish list. We had to end with a gambling one, but I do think the card draw one does sound really fun. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll be back tomorrow for our gameplay. And then on Saturday, we have the Rogue Gambling Challenge, where we're going to see all these gambling cards in action. And it is... I've recorded a bunch of them, and it's very fun to watch. So I hope you all enjoy it, too. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. And as always, a GG's.